really suck.
I will say, now that you say that,
oh no,
ever since you started eating meat, we've been bickering a lot more.
Interesting. My testosterone or something.
Seeing Wolverine in that classic.
I'm not gonna lie, it did make me miss like his trilogy because he's dead now. I can't believe I just said that.
What?
I was like, he's dead, so we can't. It's good to see.
I was like, okay, did you get the point of this whole movie?
I know.
Welcome back to Where's My Coffee podcast. I am Perris.
I'm Georgia.
And this is episode 8.
Can you believe it?
Are you going to say that every time?
Okay, what else does one say after you've done this really cool intro?
I feel like you're trying to fill the awkward space.
I am a little bit.
Right after I intro the pod.
You really called me out there.
Yeah, I got you. You called me out last pod.
I am a new...
Now everyone thinks that I think of my ex.
Oh my God.
Whenever, like, you know what I mean? Like, I am getting... No, don't do that. Don't do that. No,
actually, my mom did comment on our last episode about it, and she said...
She did?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
No, what she
said? I think she said, we've been married 38 years. It happens all the time. Push it aside. And I was like, oh, okay. Or something along those lines.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
And I was like, okay,
hey.
Good to know.
All right, well, I'm off the hook.
You're never really on the hook, let's be honest.
True. I'm glad.
Glad.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
You are. I'm a special one. No,
but how many more times can that happen for you to be like, for you to get upset?
I mean, I think if it became like a reoccurrence that like every single memory you started bringing up, like it was like almost weekly, I'm like, are you like thinking about this girl? Like you want to hit her up? Like what's going on? Like that's the...
Fair enough.
But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
No, even still, I would just be like, okay, all right, let's create our own memories then. If
yeah,
that's
no,
the case,
for sure.
If you're confusing them.
You know what my fear is now?
What?
Is that somehow, some way, she'll hear this.
And if she does?
Touche.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's not like it's caused a fight or like bad blood between us. So
yeah,
it's
no.
not like...
You know... all jokes.
No, honestly though.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I know we touched base a lot on my vegetarian being pushed to the side a lot last episode, but now I'm like fully in and I'm like eating grilled chicken, all the things.
Yeah, you're eating the whole cow. Eating the whole cow.
I wouldn't go that far because, yeah, okay, maybe. But yeah, I mean, I'm good. I have noticed that my skin is breaking out a little bit, and I can't help but notice that maybe that is a reason.
Too many fried foods?
Okay, I've only had a little bit of fried. This past week, I've eaten so clean.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. So I'm just observing, different things, and it might just be my body needs to get used to it. It's different protein, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's going to really suck.
I will say, now that you say that.
Oh, no.
Ever since you started eating meat, we've been bickering a lot more.
Interesting. My testosterone or something? Women have testosterone levels too, don't they?
Yeah,
they do. It's just whether it's high
very low levels.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe me eating meat has raised my testosterone levels. That's not far-fetched to say.
Sure.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about the vegetarian stuff because we spent probably like 30 minutes on the last episode about it. But speaking of last episode, we started our new thing, Question on the Go.
Question on the Go.
The question on the go was, if you could instantly learn any skill, what would it be and why?
Yeah,
implying that you didn't have to take months to learn it, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
right?
skipping
it was just,
the 10,000 hour process.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we asked everyone to comment down below. I mean, we are a very new podcast, so I wasn't expecting like plummets. That's not what the word I want.
Plummets. We weren't expecting a high or
participation rate.
Yeah.
But again, my mom came through.
Yes.
She came through, and her response to it was a language.
Learning different languages.
Well, just learning a language. She didn't say specifically, but I guess just in general, learning a new language.
Got you. Okay.
And I like that because if you think about it, learning a language is very time consuming. It's can be challenging. But I think there's a lot of benefits to it when you do travel, because if you go to a country that is speaking a different language, you don't feel so like deer in headlights because you understand what's going on.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I would love to do that.
Yeah. Me too. What language would you?
What language would I choose?
I mean, because you started speaking English at what age?
Oh my gosh, I know what you're doing. You want me to bring up this story? Okay. So yes. Okay. Speaking in a language. Okay. So he's joking. Everyone know he's
it's an inside joke.
Freshman year of college, there was a girl that we were just chatting in the dorm room.
What's her name?
I'm not gonna call her out like that. I'm not gonna do that. We were talking, and obviously I'm from Australia.
Yeah.
I'm kind of new to the scene. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you're Australian! Wow!"
She was very popular.
Sure.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh my gosh! So like, when did you start learning English?" And I was like, And everyone was like, wait, no. Like, what do you mean? And she's like, no, like when did you start learning English? And I was like, English is my first language.
Right.
I don't know if she thought maybe like Austria instead of Australia.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
We'll give her the benefit.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt in that situation. But I was just like, there is no way you actually think English isn't my first language.
And she was probably thinking mistake. Dialect.
Dialect has nothing to do with the language, though.
But she was probably thinking like,
that is different than American sounding. Yeah, I mean, I get it. But at the same time, like, come on. Yeah. That's like geography 101.
God bless her.
I know.
We'll give her grace. She
was a sweet, sweet girl.
Yeah. But mom. She
said language. I'm curious what her language would be, but
probably
my choice would be Russian.
That's your guess for her?
No. Like did I say guess? My choice for if I was to learn a language instantly would be Russian.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I like that. I think mine would be, oh wow.
I just hit the microphone. I'm so sorry.
I think mine would be either Japanese or honestly Spanish.
Spanish is so easy though, because I feel like you guys naturally. Well, no, I feel like in America, Spanish is like the number one language in school, so it's you taught, naturally already know. You just want to be more fluent.
But I that was probably the hardest class I took. Spanish.
I do wish I took because I learned French in high school. I do wish I took French, like learning the language a lot more seriously, because if I actually remembered anything from it, like that would be sick.
Yeah, I think I would have rather have taken it in college. Like if Point Park offered it. Like
I think they did offer languages. We just
for Copa?
No, just as like a gen ed classes. Like you could choose as like a elective kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
Question on the go for episode 8.
Okay.
As mentioned in our previous episode, we'd love you guys to participate a little bit more this time. We've had it. What do you mean?
We're not going to do that.
No, I want more answers.
Yeah, and we're going to let it happen naturally.
Okay, you're right.
So, yeah, we're not going to... We ain't going to beg. We ain't going to beg because we're going to keep doing this.
Yeah,
we're going to continue to do it. And if you participate, fantastic. If you don't...
You don't.
That's fine.
We'll still chat.
We'll be back here next week. You know what I mean?
Right. You're right. Okay. So episode 8, question on the go. If you could know one of your life statistics, what would it be?
This is an awesome
for example, like through my life, what is the percentage of me smiling? Or what is the percentage of me hugging Perris? Things like that.
Yeah.
So comment down below a statistic that you would like to know about your life specifically. Can't talk about it.
Yeah, we can't talk about it, but we also didn't talk about the question on the go from last week, our answers.
I did. I said Russian.
No, that was part of
like what we would want to learn.
Yeah.
We didn't, did we?
Yeah. We just elaborated on Mom's answer.
Okay. Go ahead. What's yours?
I would say a music producer. So music production.
That's cool.
I really do love music. And when I listen to music, I'm more so captivated by the production of the sound, like the instrumentation, the layers of music and different sounds and like both sonically and you know all of that. Like I just get so wrapped up in it. And it was actually something that I did say, like, you know,
I
along
think
with being an actor.
you would have a natural talent to do it. I think it's just, as obviously the question is saying, the skill behind how to actually like use the programs to do it. Like, I think your natural ability is there.
I would want to learn music theory as well, like be able to pick up a sheet of music
and read it
and read the music and understand, and then convert that to, you know, the keys or whatever instrument that I, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
All of that combined.
Yeah.
Just the skill of making music,
cool.
I think would be mine.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think mine would be like sports related, like,
okay.
But like, and to choose it in the way that like I'm pro. Like,
repeat that. What'd you say?
Like I'm at an Olympic level energy.
Oh, you're a pro athlete.
Yeah, pro athlete.
Okay, what would it be?
I think I would choose gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I don't know if that's just like my answer today because we've been watching the gymnastics in the Olympics. But yeah, I think I would like to do gymnastics.
I could see that. And again, like you said to me, like, I feel like you would have a natural ability to that anyway.
It's just I want to be good at it quick.
Right.
And like really good at it.
Really good at it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
okay.
Question on the go. Love it. Comment your answers down below for this episode's question. Just to repeat it one more time. If you could know one life statistic, what would it be?
Yep.
Cool.
And shout out to my boy Matthew.
Oh,
you know who you are. Yeah,
he always comments on our videos.
Always comments. He always.
I don't think there's been an episode that he hasn't commented on.
Yeah, and
number one supporter for sure.
Yeah, we just appreciate, you know, your excitement and
consistency,
and listening and reaching out to us whenever you do.
Thank you.
Whether it's just quotes of the episode or you know, things you liked. So I appreciate you, my guy.
Yes, don't stop.
Yeah.
Well, you can if you want, but don't stop.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Olympics, though.
The Olympics.
We're currently in the last week of the Olympics. Closing ceremony will be on Sunday the 11th.
So by the time this comes out, Olympics will
be done. Yeah. However,
or concluded.
Yes, I've never really given too much time into the Olympics. I've always kind of dabbled in watching the gymnastics section and the artistic rhythmic gymnastics. But when it comes to following it and stuff, I've never really. But this year, one of my friends from high school back in the day, we were best friends. She competed in the 100-meter sprint and the 100-meter relay.
Yes.
Her name is Brie Masters. If you're Australian, you'll know her now because of what she's accomplished. Yeah. So essentially, she got, third in the heat, which put her to the semifinals, which no Australian woman, I want to say just in the 100-meter, it might be all, I'm not quite sure the actual statistic. Why is that word?
Statistic.
Yeah, wow, crazy. To make it into the semifinals since 2000. So 24 years it's been since Australia has made it to the semifinals.
Real quick, who was the racer who wore the hood? Not the hood.
Kathy Freeman.
Is she Australian?
She's Australian.
Was that in 2000? Is that who you're referencing?
It could be, honestly. It could be.
Because a lot of her footage was
posting. It honestly may be. Okay. I probably should have done a little bit more research before we talked about this, but that time frame would make sense for 2000.
Okay.
But don't quote me. But yeah, maybe.
Let's just, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And if we are wrong, just, of course, tell us.
Correct us, it's fine.
Inform us,
But yeah, so she made the semifinal. She was literally racing next to Sha'Carri Richardson, who is people's idols over here in America. So they were giving her all the time and all their time, which frustrated me because when I was watching it, obviously they're giving the love to Sha'Carri, as America should. And
as we all should.
Yeah. No. But I wanted to cheer on Brie.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I couldn't in the heat because what they did was they obviously showed Sha'Carri, they did the waving and everything, and then they showed a little montage of her, but it just so happened that Brie was the next in line for her introduction, so they skipped over her introduction in our airplay in America, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I didn't even get to see it. So then I ended up FaceTiming my younger sister, and I said, hey, can you please show me this, because I can't see it on my end because they're giving too much love to Sha'Carri Richardson and they don't care about the Australians, and I want to see the Australians.
But it was dope though.
It was so dope. Cool, right?
And, I mean, speaking of Sha'Carri, just to see her influence amongst the other women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The long nails and
expressing themselves.
Yeah, expressing themselves. You know what I mean? And Sha'Carri may have not created that, but she definitely brought it back in style. You know what I'm saying?
The runners were really showing like personality and style.
Yeah.
And I liked that a lot.
And Sha'Carri just reminded everybody that, hey, it's okay.
It's okay to be a human.
Yeah, it's okay to express yourself. And you know,
it was pretty impressive.
But yeah, so very dope for Brie Masters. You've always spoke about her even before.
Yeah, I've always had my eye on her just because we were very close friends. We lost contact a little bit once I came to America, but I've always followed her on social media and stuff. And she's always been destined to some sort of achievement like this, and just to like see it like come to fruition. It's just like, holy crap, like you literally just ran in the Olympics. And I think she ended up placing 22nd in the world. Like once
that's huge. That's huge.
That's insane.
Yeah, you said that she started off sand. Like,
so she did like beach
sprints. Beach sprint. Yeah, beach sprint.
And then she transferred over to track. I don't really know the time frame of that, but
how tall is she?
She's tall. Not tall. Yeah. Okay. She was always, now I don't know, this was back in high school, so she may have had another growth spurt since I've seen her from high school, but she was always like, she looked like 10 inches taller than me.
She definitely
8 inches taller.
Yeah, she definitely belongs.
Yeah,
she looked like she was in the right place for sure.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. I love the yellow and green that you guys are wearing.
Oh, okay. So
and her nails were yellow.
Yes,
and it was just so dope.
I got a question asked why we do wear green and gold.
Yeah,
and because our flag is red, white, and blue.
Blue, white, red.
Sure. And yeah, why we do wear the gold and green? Because like, where does that come from? Anyway, so I had to look up the actual thing, but it's got something to do with the plants and the fauna and the gum tree, and I don't know. There was a very deep meaning as to why we use those colors. What? I'm
gonna put you on the spot.
Oh no.
Okay.
What's wrong?
You are the Australian representative.
I don't think I should hold that title. So
no, extreme. You should, because that's your roots. That's who you are, and that's who you'll always be.
Okay.
So whenever we come on this show,
have my facts ready.
Your facts need to be ready, you need to be
buttoned up.
Confident in what you're saying. Because too many times you're like, I don't know, don't. No, well, it's like
I read it and I have a bad memory when it comes to those sort of things. Now I do know for a fact that the green represents the gum tree, the green from the gum tree,
right? And
then the gold represents something to do with the soil and the golden wool. Something like that. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
You saw what Britt said underneath the comments too.
She said,
so that's what I'm saying.
Where's my accent gone?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to get to a point where they just like, you know what?
She's not even Australian
Stay
anymore.
Over there.
Shut up now. Yeah. I think I'm almost at that line. That's really sad. Anyway, so.
You know, I'm holding you accountable because I love you. So
it's okay. Don't make me feel the most un-Australian I've ever felt in my life. Jesus Christ.
No, that's all you. The Olympics. Oh yeah, so they do
closing ceremony.
Yeah, closing ceremony. America right now is leading
as always.
Medals. I don't know if this is
China
a consistent thing.
No, I think China and America are always like pretty consistent with the leading of the tally.
Speaking of China, oh my gosh, the diving.
Wow. I don't know which. Okay, so there's the duos,
and
then one of the duos is phenomenal. I'm not sure which one.
When they did the 10 meter.
Yeah, she is a literal fish. The way she enters the water.
Both of them.
No, but like. Her specifically, because I've seen her do it individual as well.
Okay. That's one. I need to see the individual ones because I didn't see the individual ones. I
haven't been able to find it, but she's a literal fish, and like the way she was entering the water and like no splash was coming up, you're just like, the precision is insane.
Yeah, The training. You see the training. You
So
just
much
see the
commitment.
training and the hard work, the
I know.
dedication, just like of how to move your body at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
like I've jumping off a cliff before. Well, not a cliff, but like a high thing into water. Like and like when we went to Tulum,
the cenotes,
and we were jumping off what? Maybe like 5 meters, like not even that high.
Not even that high,
and that
but it still
feeling
felt
of the drop. I was just like,
sure.
and we swung on a swing and then dropped.
Yeah.
And like, so we weren't really that high off, but that feeling of like the gut just like leaving your body. Like, could you imagine jumping 10 meters down into the water while also doing these crazy flips?
So your equilibrium is just like,
well, it's just like, where is up?
Right.
How was this week for you? Talk about it.
Ooh, last week was extremely busy. Because as you guys know, I work for a mobile bar and coffee service, the best in all of Atlanta, Georgia. And we just had an extremely busy week. So many events, so many early mornings,
5 a.m. like every morning, every single 4 or 3 days straight. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was diabolical.
I would wake up and I'd be like, oh, where'd he go?
Yeah,
like just gone.
There was a particular situation that happened on the job that just got me thinking about the topic of fighting disrespect with respect.
Yeah.
And maintaining
bars, son. Sorry. Sorry, I had to say it.
Oh my god.
He's I'm gonna call you out real quick.
Let him cook.
No. You cut me off so many times last episode, so now we've got time to shine. He said that to me once, and like I feel like he was just so proud of like that like phrase of like how like hitting it is, and how like him, Yeah. Anyway, continue. Fighting respect with fighting disrespect with respect.
And maintaining your integrity, composure.
Yep.
And thinking about everything in your mind, like, hey, if you react opposite of what you're reacting, or even match the energy that you're receiving,
it's going to escalate.
It's going to escalate, and all of it's just going to blow back on you, and it's going to be your fault.
Yeah.
100%. So I've learned over the years that reacting rationally rather than irrationally is always the best way to go.
It's kind of like the saying of like killing them with kindness. When someone comes and speaks to you and like just like rude for no reason, and you're just like, there's like people like waitressing. Like if a waiter comes and maybe not even waitressing, because they're normally quite nice.
Yeah.
Because they always are doing it for the tips and everything, but more so like drive-throughs, right? Mm-hmm. And they just sound so miserable. Don't get me wrong. They probably don't want to be working that job.
Oh my gosh.
But
that reminds me of another situation.
It's just like, it's so easy just to be kind. And you can like just fake it. We don't have to be best friends, but don't be so like just rude on the other end. You're onto something. It is easier than you think to just to be kind. Yeah, it's exhausting to be rude.
Because I wear my heart on my sleeve too. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So if I'm feeling a certain way, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna know.
Right.
I used to be the person who, it wasn't that I treated you any different. It was just me wearing what, what I'm saying?
I feel like it was a case of like, you would always retaliate without like, you would retaliate off like quick instinct as opposed to like assessing any situation and like truly like looking at it as a bigger picture. Like it was a very like minute like reaction to a certain thing, or you know what I mean, like it was a never like, let's look at the bigger picture here and respond as the bigger picture,
for sure.
And I think that kind of goes back to how you really I mean, you have grown in the sense of like what you just said, fighting disrespect with respect. And you feel better after the situation when you go about it that way,
of course.
And then if anything, the person on the other end, you're just like, do you not feel stupid right now? Like, do you not feel immature? Like it's one of those things where it's just like, what, like, are you okay? Because if you are willing and able to talk to someone that way, where it's so uncalled for, and they're not giving it back in the slightest, and still continue to amp it up, it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, even in this situation, my coworker and I were just
You just
in
confused.
the moment. We were
What's
we're
going
just
on?
like, and I had moments of just communicating to this person like, hey, we're on the same side here. Like I'm not here to disrespect what you have going on or to over.
Let's just work it out.
Yeah, let's just work it out. That's all I'm here for. And also just, again, thinking of who I'm representing.
Yeah.
And making sure I don't jeopardize that, you know, because
when you called me pretty much directly after, and I could tell you were so proud with like how you handled the situation.
Yeah,
because
I was proud, but I gotta admit I was very angry.
Oh, of course. I mean,
how the situation occurred.
Yeah,
you know, because I felt like it does get to a point where it's just like, okay, I can only endure so much disrespect. And that's, like I said, you know, I did have to tell this person, hey, just leave me alone.
Yeah. And also at that point, it's a matter of when you know that you can't just like, I guess, de-escalate a situation with just being kind, respectful, all of the like positive aspects. Mm-hmm. You know, it's time for you to just walk away.
Yeah, just
like
walk away.
There is,
walk away.
You're talking to a brick wall at that point.
Yeah.
And that's just life in general. Like if there is ever like arguments, relationships, we've grown in that sense that if you are just talking and talking and talking and nothing is actually coming back and like resolving or like coming to a mutual agreement, you're just talking to talk at that point. And it's time to just walk away.
Yeah.
One person has to just walk away, or both of you just mutually say, this is going nowhere. Let's put it to rest.
Famous saying, pick your battles.
Pick your battles.
Pick your battles.
I feel like that's something my dad said.
My mom would say it all the time, pick your battles. And I never understood, what do you mean? I'm picking this battle to fight. Like,
I'm going to pick every battle that comes my way.
You know? But I truly understand sometimes, like, picking your battles just means, like, not everything needs to be a battle.
Yeah.
Like there was another situation where I just went into a parking garage to find a parking spot. Mm-hmm. And there was security down there and who are monitoring where people park and telling people where to park. But and you have to give them your ID so they can,
check you in.
Check me in. So even in that exchange, it's like, I'm handing you my personal identification, and you immediately, without saying, hello, how's it going? It's just like, who are you and where are you going?
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and I smile and I'm like, I'm pardon?
Yeah.
Who are you and where are you going?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
It's so bad.
Do you need my personal name? Like, I'm Perris.
Yeah.
How are you? Nice to meet you. You know what I mean? It's just, that type of stuff. And I get it. Everyone has a bad day and everyone is going through things. But I've even learned, if I can learn to compartmentalize, if I can learn to just leave my emotions at the door.
Yep.
If I can learn that, hey, I'm doing what I have to do right now.
Yep.
I think we all can. But
100%.
I'm not going to treat anybody,
especially a stranger that doesn't deserve it. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just I did have to address the person because again, it continued.
Yeah. It's like,
and
you don't have to be this rude.
And that's what I said. I said, hey, why are you guys speaking to me with such negative energy?
Yeah.
Like I'm you know what I mean? And why are you guys like, I'm not understanding, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, again, it's just like, why not? Like you said, I'm a stranger.
Yep.
To why? Like, because you don't know how I'm going to react.
I think it's always tricky, right? Because most of the time when there's interactions like that, it's types of jobs where you clearly are doing it to get a paycheck. It's not your passion to be in that position. Like it's a survival job, right? So it's like there's one end where you're like, okay, it doesn't take that much just to be kind or just to be respectful, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to be like this
We don't need to be
bubbly
best
person,
friends. Like,
right?
yeah, like.
But then at the other end, you're like, but these people are working these jobs that they just doing it because they have to, and this is what ends meet is for them. So they may be in a miserable position. So it's like, who am I to like tell them like you shouldn't have that? You know what I mean? So there is that like flip side of it of just like I have a little bit of sympathy of like, I would also hate to be doing that job, but someone has to do it. And unfortunately in this position, this is your job currently.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. There's always that like back of my mind of like, there is grace behind when people are being rude, because I'm like, they probably hate their job.
Yeah.
And that is something I am grateful for, that I currently don't feel like I'm in like a complete survival job. Like I do enjoy what I do, which is kind of fun.
No, I in closing, I did read up on something that said, you know, whatever you're doing, actually it was scripture. Whatever you're doing, find enjoyment. Like enjoy what it is that you're doing.
Right.
And I had to have a mental conversation with myself, like, let me find some aspects of what it is of joy in this.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, life just is so miserable. And, like, you're doing yourself a disservice of, like, because 90% of the time you are working. So if you're in that miserable headspace the whole time, like, your natural energy is just going to be so dreary and, like, slumpy. And then everything else you do from there on out, it's like, how do you start your morning? What's your routine? Like, do you have a routine? Do you do anything for yourself? Like, it's a whole thing. And I think it goes to mindset, and there's so many avenues of like, if you don't want to be doing that job, then what are you doing to get out of the job? And like things like that, right? But
we forget how many people count on us the same way we count on them. Yeah. And I what I mean is, like, my boss even said to me, he said, thank you. Yeah. You keep your head up. It's going to motivate me to keep my head up. And that's what all I needed to hear to go that extra mile and to put in that extra effort. You know what I'm saying? Because now I know he's counting on me. Yeah. I'm not just a number. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it helps. And I find myself on the job. Like I love working hard. The art of working hard, I do love. Yeah. Like I love physical labor. Yeah. I do. I love to sweat. Yep. It makes me feel like I'm doing
You're
something.
one of few, I'll tell you that. That's not the first thing that comes out of people's mouths.
Yeah. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. Yeah. It makes me feel useful. So yeah.
No, I respect it.
Yeah. But moral of the story, just be kind.
Take a deep breath before you talk to anybody. Yeah. Just know that, hey, if you don't like the situation you're in, there's still room for you to be kind. Mm-hmm.
And also, we can't take it personal.
No, oh God, no!
People aren't being kind to us. No, I think
that's when it gets tricky. Is when someone who you don't know is treating you a certain way, and then you take it personally. You personalize because they don't know you, they don't care about you. Hence, why they're treating you that way. Yeah. So you just got to be like, all right, this is what type of time you're on. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you. Next.
How has your week been?
My week, I think I kind of touched base a little bit with the. Eating meat again, my skin breaking out a little bit, which is
but that's not how your week been. Oh, so
a little bit of self-esteem issues there because it's like I felt like my skin got to a very like routine. That time of the month would come, there'll be a couple of blemishes, and then you'd be put to side. But right now, like it's just like everywhere, and I'm like, obviously you may not see it necessarily from the camera right now, but that is because I'm wearing makeup. So, but just know it's there, and I'm anyway. Not much. So let's not talk about it too much. Yeah. But my week itself, I mean, it's been good. I feel like I'm eating my words from the last episode where I was saying I like the rain. I didn't know that we were gonna have these like monsoons, and just like rain on rain on rain. It's
first of all, we haven't had rain in 2 weeks.
No, literally after we recorded that episode, I feel like every single day after it was rainy thunderstorms. Oh, it's been about 2 weeks since we've.
Yeah, I just don't. It hasn't rained in a while.
Well, now it hasn't.
Oh yeah.
But at the time, I was like, that's crazy that I literally just said. And then that following week was just like thunderstorms, lightning, all the things. Anyway, but I, my week has been good. I don't really have much to say. Nothing bad, nothing good. Just content.
What's a lesson that you might have learned, or what's something that's happened that, or anything that you're like, you know what?
I got one. I do have one.
Okay.
So I don't know why this came to my mind, but I think, you know what it was? I was listening to a podcast and it made me think of this and like how important it is. And I also wanted to touch on it.
Okay.
When you are in relationships, how important it is to continue to date.
Oh, you didn't bring this up?
No, I haven't, because I just listened to it on the way to one of the pickups that I had to do. The importance to continue to date and not to feel stagnant and just like being around each other and like specifically going on dates. So then it made me think, I was like, oh my gosh, what do Perris and I do? Do we continue to date? And I was like, yes, we do. We always go out to dinner. We go to the movies. We do all the things. And I was like, funnily enough, we just went to the movies together and it was a blast.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're doing it.
Yeah. No, for sure.
We watched Deadpool and Wolverine. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Deadpool and Wolverine. Loved it.
Yeah, it was a really fun experience.
Yeah, so funny. I tried to convince him to do the ba 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 dance, but he just wasn't having it. And I was like, "Come on, Perris, it'd be funny." And then
she wanted to do it. She was talking to me about it as we were going to the movie theater, and I'm like, first of all, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Well, because the trend. Well, that's the point of it. The trend is before. I
haven't even seen the trend.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You before seeing it, after seeing it. So before you hear the music and you're like, I've got no idea what this is, and then after seeing the movie, all you want to do is the dance.
You know what you should have did?
What?
You should have recorded me.
Oh, and had a genuine reaction to the
asking me these questions or asking me about the dance, seeing my reaction.
See, this
and
is
then
why,
afterwards, you know what I mean? Because like while I was watching the movie, I was like, oh,
you're kind of getting it now.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah.
It was good though. I enjoyed it. I feel like we haven't watched a Marvel DC movie in the theater.
So, real quick, there's only so much I can talk about Marvel because of my alliance and allegiance to the DC universe. Okay. So let
me cut you right there.
30 more seconds.
Obviously, you may or may not know he was in Gotham Knights, which is a DC series. Blue Beetle too. He just whispered Blue Beetle. I don't know if you heard that. So he's been in a lot of DC universe things. However, nothing has officially been signed where you can't talk about the other thing. I love that you have like a respect behind it. But at the end of the day, like that movie like put Marvel on top for sure.
Technically speaking, it did not put Marvel on top.
What do you mean?
Marvel has been on top for...
Well, no, I feel like Marvel had like a couple dud movies that have come out. Not dud, but just a little like...
Hey, you said it, not me.
A little like, that was good, but like, you know what I mean?
Infinity War was...
I mean, but how many movies have come out since Infinity War? You can't even name them because they
Doctor Strange.
Okay, that was probably good.
Okay. Spider-Man. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm lying. I don't know. I don't know. Either way.
You know, fact of the matter is, we really enjoyed.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We've also
Hugh Jackman's her guy.
I love Hugh Jackman. Yeah. Maybe that's why I was so excited about it. The
accent. Yeah, it was because like you know what I mean. You was kind of like
I'm a sucker for hearing the accent. Like, not that extreme. But you know, I did like it. We've also found our favorite theater. I'm not saying nothing. I'm gatekeeping.
Okay.
I'm not telling anybody. I know that like not that many people live in Atlanta, maybe do not care, but I'm gatekeeping because this theater is a little bit more expensive to go, but it's so much worth it because the chairs fully recline.
As do all theaters nowadays.
No. They always have like a lean back, but the lean back, the moment you come forward, it like bounces back and it's the most uncomfortable thing in the world.
Gotcha, okay.
This one is a literal like button.
Like a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So super comfortable. You're like in a little cubicle so you don't see anybody else.
It's like flying first class.
Honestly though, it really is. Yeah. I love it. Anyway, so he now has the win because it takes a lot for me to get to the theater. But knowing that I like watching movies at that theater, he knows, hey, we'll do it at that one. Then I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, she's going to say yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It was dope. It was really cool. Very funny.
It was so
It was
funny.
a lot more funnier than
a good balance.
balance for sure. Oh my gosh, a good balance of action. We could say gore, yeah,
kind of.
comedy,
Yeah.
and
Storyline. Yeah, storyline too.
was there.
Yeah.
Storyline was there.
I think that's what everyone was saying. It was like Deadpool's never really had a storyline before.
And I was telling my brother this too the other day. Shout out to Toby. That like Deadpool, when he was with 20th Century Fox, you were watching those movies for the shock value because you knew Deadpool was just unhinged.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So unhinged. Yeah.
And you couldn't quite grasp the story. It was just a lot of gunplay, gore,
just doing it to do it,
profanity, all that stuff. Action. But this one, it was just like they humanized him.
Yeah,
a lot.
It was kind of funny how they really did implement like throwing shade on Century 21 20 Century. Sorry, I'm not a real fan.
No, 20th Century Fox. It's okay. Just say Fox.
It was funny that they were doing that because they brought it up a couple times, and I was like, the way that they broke the fourth wall was.
Oh my god! Spoiler alert! Sorry if we're spoiling anything.
Okay.
It just came out, so we can't
right.
really.
I feel like there is a barrier.
I guess by this time it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna see it and you want to see it and you care about spoilers, you would have already seen it. That's my mentality.
True.
People who are like, oh yeah, I'll go see it. Maybe they're not really gonna care if there's spoilers.
Did you have a favorite part? Or favorite moment in the movie? Spoiler alert.
I think the brain stuff where she put her hand inside the brains.
You like that?
That like the graphic and the effect on it. They did a great job.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It was kind of weird, but I was like, whoa. I don't know. I think it's just the whole vibe of it was just good.
Yeah, seeing Wolverine in that classic.
I'm not gonna lie, it did make me miss like his trilogy, or not trilogy, whatever you would call it, like his line, because he's dead now.
Okay, were you paying attention?
Well, I guess he's alive in other universes.
He's now
in the multiverse.
Yeah, so now
we have it's opened up the multiverse that we're able to see.
We have Wolverine back now.
Okay.
Copy it was kind of explained in like the very beginning.
Okay, I guess I missed that a little bit. That they would actually
the whole beginning when he dug up the grave.
People. Oh, okay, that
was Logan. He was
no. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got that.
So to make sure.
Sorry, a little slow there. I can't believe I just said that.
What?
That I was like, he's dead, so we can't. It's good.
Yeah, I was like, okay, did you get the point of this whole movie?
I know. They really. That makes me think that.
Are we still recording? Are we keeping this in? Because you said it like, I can't believe I just said that.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how the edit goes.
Okay.
We'll see how I edit and if I look stupid and if I keep it in or not. We'll see.
Yeah.
They really are like going the whole multiverse thing with the whole Spider-Man. Like they're really
at this point. So
it.
yeah, I just read that I read two things, that there's a Hulk, Incredible Hulk.
The red Hulk.
Not that.
Okay. Sorry.
But when I read that there's another Wolverine and Hulk movie in production right now. Now this could all be speculation. And then they're talking about doing a Deadpool Spider-Man movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so like you just said, that this multiverse concept has like opened up.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Robert Downey Jr. is back as Doctor Who? Not Doctor Who. Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I did. I think.
Yeah.
There was there like a some sort of
reveal?
Yeah.
Yeah. He took
like an intervention or something.
Yeah. Convention.
I just said intervention.
All right, it is time to
on something right now.
Now you're good.
I'm getting old. I told Perris today that
Oh yeah.
I am about to leave my 20s behind me in just over 4 months, and I don't know how to feel about it.
You should feel good. It's great over here.
Well, wait, are you 31?
Yeah, 31.
Okay. So, people do say the 30s are the best years of their life.
I've heard that.
And that's what's making me excited to enter my 30s. But I do think there's I'm putting too much pressure on myself that that's what it needs to be now, though. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's saying it.
Yeah.
I feel like the moment January comes, it's like, all right, time to crack down. This is it. You're in your 30s now.
Look at what you've accomplished in your 20s.
What have I accomplished in my 20s, though?
You've made a tremendous career switch.
Okay.
And
true.
you're great at it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You've gotten married.
True.
When you didn't, you know what I mean? You are a phenomenal wife.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's a lot that you've accomplished in your 20s. And with that being said, you should have confidence that you'll accomplish more in your 30s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a new chapter.
People tell me all the time how much of a boss you are.
That's very sweet.
Boss beep.
Well, yeah. Wow, that's very sweet. Because I guess I need to
give yourself more credit.
Yeah, believe it more.
Yeah, and also don't think other people's words dictate how your life is going to be.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean?
I think for me, it's more a case of like maybe I'm putting like an image on it that I don't need to put.
Mm-hmm.
Once you turn 30, like you are an adult. Like all those like teen, tween, college, like immaturity things that ever existed.
Like stops.
It's like you're done now. Like it's settled down, family, babies. Like, do you know what I mean? It's that trajectory.
That's traditional thinking.
Right.
You know.
But at the same, that doesn't, I guess I'm also trying to figure out like, what is the trajectory that like I could see for the next 10 years?
Yeah.
Because 10 years is a long time, but when you think about it, like, it's not. Like, I moved to America 10 years ago. So, like, my time here in America, like, holy crap.
Over 10 years ago.
2013. So, 11 years, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, that's crazy.
I know.
Anyway, 4 months and, like, 3 weeks or something like that. I'll be 30, and...
What are we going to do for your 30th?
I don't know.
I think we should leave the country.
I think we should go on a vacation. We deserve a vacation.
Yeah. I feel like we should go somewhere very, very nice for your birthday.
I want to do like Europe or something. Either I want to go like, no, I don't want to go to Paris. Sorry, Olympics. But I'm thinking not Paris. I'm thinking somewhere in Europe, not quite sure yet. Or we do like Korea, like some sort of Asian aspect. Because I know you've always wanted to go to Tokyo.
Yeah, I would love to go to Tokyo.
So yeah, those are the two,
yeah,
like
for sure.
Either some sort of Asian country or somewhere in Europe.
Okay. Let's mark it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. 30th January. That's soon. We can't.
That is.
Wait,
soon,
hang on
right.
a second. That means we're going out of the country in 4 months. That might be a little unrealistic. Maybe we'll do it. Shoot. So what's the least that's worst that could happen?
Nothing.
Cool. So maybe that's what we're doing next couple months.
Yeah,
planning our trip.
Let's plan it.
Shall we remind them of their question on the go for the episode 8?
Yeah, thank you for keeping us company today.
I know. It was it felt very chill today.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
Conversational. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. But the question on the go for this episode, if you could know one of your life statistics, what would it be? Comment it down below. We look forward to reading them.
Yeah. Guys, it's been great. It's been great. This was episode 8 of Where's My Coffee podcast. We will see you next time. Love y'all.
Thank you so
Peace.
much. Bye.